What if I tell you that being alone is not a weakness, but a skill? What if I tell you that the people who fear loneliness the most are often the ones who don't know themselves at all? This book, The Art of Being Alone, is not about pushing people away. It is about learning how to sit with yourself without feeling empty, scared, or lost. And once you learn this skill, your whole life changes. Let's be honest, most of us hate being alone. We stay busy, we scroll endlessly, we text people who don't really care. We stay in bad relationships just to avoid silence, because silence forces us to face something uncomfortable, ourselves. This book says something very simple, yet very powerful. If you cannot enjoy your own company, you will always depend on others for happiness, and dependence always leads to pain. The first lesson of this book is important. Being alone is not the same as being lonely. Loneliness is a feeling. Being alone is a state. You can feel lonely in a crowded room, and you can feel peaceful while sitting alone. The problem is not solitude. The problem is inner noise. When you sit alone and your mind starts shouting, that is when people panic. But the book teaches us that noise is not your enemy, it is your teacher. The author talks about how people jump from one distraction to another. Music, movies, social media, relationships. But every distraction is a way to escape a deeper question. Who am I when no one is watching? Most people never answer this question. They borrow identities from others. And that is why breakups hurt so deeply, because when someone leaves, they don't just take love, they take your borrowed identity too. Here's the uncomfortable truth. If being alone scares you, it means you are not comfortable with yourself yet. And that's not an insult, that's awareness. The book explains that the strongest people are not those who are always surrounded by others. The strongest people are those who can sit alone and still feel complete. Why? Because when you are alone, you start hearing your real thoughts, not society's voice, not your parents' expectations, not social pressure, your own voice. And once you hear it, you can finally live honestly. The book gives a simple approach. Start small. Sit alone without your phone for 5 minutes. No music, no scrolling, no messages, just you and your thoughts. At first, it will feel uncomfortable. Your mind will look for escape. That's normal. But slowly, you will notice something interesting. Your thoughts slow down. Your emotions settle. You start understanding yourself better. Solitude becomes clarity. The book makes a powerful point. When you are comfortable alone, you stop chasing people. You stop begging for attention. You stop lowering your standards because you no longer need someone to fill a hole inside you. You choose people not out of fear, but out of love. And that changes everything. This book is not anti-relationships. It actually improves them. When two people are complete on their own, their relationship becomes peaceful. No control, no emotional pressure, no fear of loss. The book says, love should add to your life, not rescue you from it. That line alone is worth remembering. Think about this for a moment. If you enjoy your own company, no one can use loneliness to control you. That is freedom. Another key idea in the book is identity. When you are always surrounded by people, you perform, you adjust, you hide parts of yourself. But when you are alone, there is no audience. You don't need to impress. You don't need approval. That is when your real self appears. In meeting your real self is the most important relationship you will ever have. The book does not say that being alone is always easy. Some days it hurts. Some days memories come back. Some days silence feels heavy. But the book reminds us, growth is not comfortable. It is honest. And honesty always heals in the long run. Here are 3 simple lessons from this book. First, learn to enjoy small moments alone. Second, stop using people as emotional medicine. Third,
build a strong relationship with yourself before asking someone else to do it for you. Simple ideas, deep impact. When you master the art of being alone, you stop feeling desperate. You walk differently. You speak calmly. You choose wisely. You don't fear silence anymore. You respect it. And that calm confidence is something people feel the moment you enter a room. So remember this: being alone is not a punishment. It is a privilege that helps you understand who you truly are. And once you learn this art, you're never really alone again, because you finally have yourself.